from the Big Flim studio in Southern California. This is Big Flim's Pigskin Picks NFL edition with your host, Lorenzo Big Flim Fleming. Hey folks, how you doing? Like I said, I'm sorry for being late again. My apologies. Like I said, personal and professional things have taken precedence over the last couple of weeks, and I wasn't able to start the 2023 NFL season on a positive note. But I am here now, so hopefully you will forgive me, and then we'll move on from there. So now we're into week number 4. Right now, certain teams will start, setting themselves apart from everybody else. As of right now, the undefeated teams, we got the Dolphins at 3-0, and we got the Eagles at 3-0, and then we got, what else we got here? The Cowboys, the 49ers are 3-0. No, the Cowboys are 2-1, so, okay. But there's some teams that haven't won a game yet, and there's one matchup where two 0-3 teams, somebody will get their first win today to get out of that snag. So we have, we got the Broncos and the Bears at 0-3. I'll go ahead and make that pick since I mentioned it. So we got the Broncos, Russell Wilson, man, he's really struggling. Sean Payton, and that was it last week. The Dolphins put up 70 points against him last week. Oh, Sean Payton was like ripped a new asshole on that one. So hopefully Sean Payton and Russell Wilson can get it together there as the Broncos travel to the Windy City, the city of big shoulders, to play the Chicago Bears. The Bears! With Justin Fields, of course, he's still struggling over there with the Bears and that offense. So right now, the odds makers got the Broncos at a 3.5-point pick with an over and under of 46. So, and like I said, I'm a sentimental favorite for the Broncos. So we're going to pick the Broncos over the Bears to get their first win of the season. All right. Even though this game has already concluded, I hope that the Falcons, my home state team, the Atlanta Falcons, would win against the Jacksonville Jaguars, but unfortunately they haven't. So I'm going to still honor my pick for this week's podcast, even though they do lose. So I already got my first loss on our picks for week number 4 to the Jaguars in London. So we got that out of the way. Like I said, the Falcons started out, season 2-0, and then, like I said, they're on a 2-game losing streak right now. So hopefully, Arthur Smith can turn things around there in Atlanta with that offense and stuff like that. Desmond Ridder, he's the starting quarterback. He got drafted 2 years ago out of Virginia, I believe, to be the starter for this season. And so far, he's shown some flashes of greatness and stuff like that. He's a mobile quarterback. He scored a couple of rushing touchdowns so far, but he's still got to work on that deep throw, that deep ball and stuff like that. So hopefully, the Falcons will get it together next week for week number 5. All right, moving right along, we have a major AFC East matchup right now where we got the 3-0 Miami Dolphins, a.k.a. the Tuna Fish, for my family members down there in South Florida, Dade County and Broward County, as they travel up to Buffalo. Gotta love those hot wings as they take on the 2-1 Buffalo Bills with Josh Allen. Like I say, normally I would go against the Dolphins because, my family is a big fan of the Dolphins. And I would go with Josh Allen and the Bills, stuff like that. So right now the Bills are minus 2.5 point favorite with an over and under of 53.5. But since the Dolphins lit up, I think, Denver last week for 70 points, and they had a shootout in the season opener against the Chargers. So right now, Tua Viola, mispronounced his last name. He's really got that offense going there in Miami with Tyreek Hill. Right? I think he has like 5 touchdown catches already, and he's already got like 600-700 yards of yards of reception because he had one game he had like over 200 yards reception. So it seemed like he's getting a head start of getting a 1,000-yard season there in Miami. So we're going to go with the Dolphins over the Bills in a close one, folks. All right, our next pick, we have the 2-1 Ravens with Lamar Jackson and Odell Beckham Jr. I heard he got hurt again. It seems like that guy started to become injury prone there. He's banged up a little bit as they travel to Cleveland to take on the 2-1 Browns in the key AFC North matchup. Like I said, the Browns started off good, and then I think they lost their second game. And of course, the devastating loss of former Georgia running back Nick Chubb. Right now, he's out for the season with I think it's a torn Achilles tendon. He's from Chubbtown, Georgia. So get better soon, Nick Chubb. And I hope you'll be back, hopefully before the season ends, or definitely by next season. So please, rest up, get better soon, my friend. But for right now, we're going to go with Lamar Jackson and the Ravens in a close one. Right now, they got the Browns at a 1-point favorite with an over and under of 39.5. So we're going to go with the Ravens over the Browns in a close one. All right. Our next pick, we have the Cincinnati Bengals. With the way they're playing lately, it seems like they're going back to their old nickname that I have for them, the Bungles. They're 1-2 as they travel down to Nashville to take on the struggling 1-2 Tennessee Titans with Ryan Tannehill and Mark Rabel, the coach down there right now. They needed to get that offense going down there in Nashville, in Music City, USA, Country Music City, USA. So, but I still have hope for my man Joe Burrow, Joe Camel, or Joe Cool, as he called himself, to turn things around there in Cincinnati. Right now, they got the Bengals at a -2.5-point favorite with an over and under 41. So I will go with Joe Burrows and the Bengals to get back on track this week. All right, our next pick, we have the LA Rams, a.k.a. the Sheep, at 1-2. Matthew Stafford, leading the charge, and Aaron Donald as they travel to Indianapolis to take on the 2-1 Colts with their 4th overall pick, Anthony Richardson, helming as quarterback there. Like I say, so far, Anthony Richardson has showed himself out. He came from Florida. He struggled at the University of Florida, and then he showed himself out during the preseason as well as the NFL Combine, and that's convinced the Colts, Bob Irsay, the owner, to make Anthony Richardson the 4th overall pick in the draft. So, and also the 2-time national championship, Stetson Bennett from the University of Georgia, got drafted by the Rams as supposed to be the backup for Matthew Stafford. I know that Matthew Stafford kind of, put a word for him before them to draft him. So right now he's currently sitting at home or sitting wherever he is, trying to deal with some personal issues right now. So Stetson Bennett, we're praying for you. Big Flim Radio and TV praying for you, and hopefully that you resolve whatever issue that you're dealing with right now, man, so you get back on the field again. I hate this. Like I said, I hope to see you soon. So, we're praying for you, and you take care. Now, get back into the subject at hand. Right now, the Colts are a -1-point favorite with an over and under 45.5. But we're going to go with the Rams and Matthew Stafford. All right, our next pick we have the Buccaneers. I used to call them the Succaneers. Now, since Tom Brady's retired, and they got their quarterback now. Just slipped my mind here. No, Derek Carr went to the Saints. Oh yeah, what's his name? Baker Mayfield. Sorry, folks, a little blank there. Yeah, you got Baker Mayfield. He's the starting quarterback. Like I said, he was originally drafted by the Cleveland Browns. Had some successes there, and then he got let go, and then he ended up in Carolina 2 seasons ago. Started, and then he got hurt, and then he got picked up by the Rams to be Matthew Stafford's quarterback. Struggled, but they let him go, so he ends up in Tampa Bay to be the starting quarterback for the Buccaneers, as this is a key NFC South matchup against the New Orleans Saints, the Aints, who are also 2-1. Like I said, I mentioned a few minutes ago, Derek Carr, he left the Raiders, the LA Raiders, after, 9 years there to get a fresh start there. Because, like I said, Jameis Winston got hurt last year, and the offense really sputtered last year. So hopefully that they'll get back on track and everything. And of course, I can't stand the Saints or the Who Dats or the So Whats or the Aints, as I call them. Right now, they got the Saints at a minus 3.5 point favorite with the over and under of 39.5. But we're going to go with the Buccaneers, formerly the Succaneers. It'll be a close game, folks. We're going to pick the Buccaneers over the Saints, or the Aints. All right, folks, we're going to get our first commercial break, and we'll be right back with Big Flim's Pigskin Picks NFL edition for week number 4, 2023, here on Big Flim Radio and TV.
Hey folks, Big Flim Radio and TV podcast channel creator and host Lorenzo Big Flim Fleming here. And September and October is Latinx Hispanic Heritage Month. Big Flim Radio and TV wants to honor the lasting contributions and legacies of Hispanics, Latinos, Chicanos, and Latinx in the betterment of our society. Big Flim Radio and TV salutes you. Salute.
Flim Radio wants you to know that approximately every 51 minutes, someone is killed in a drunk driving crash. Buzz driving can also cause huge financial penalties with fines and legal fees. Friends, don't let friends drive drunk. Find out more at nhtsa.org. Gnarly, dude. This is Jeff Spicoli. When I'm out hanging 10, catching the waves, checking out the chicks, and skipping Mr. Hand's class, I'm listening to Big Flim Radio and TV. Oh.
Hey folks, welcome back. If you haven't heard by now, Big Flim Radio and TV podcast channel has 6. Right now we're getting ready to expand to a 7th podcast show dedicated to music, sports, mainly college and NFL football, but we're willing to expand to other sports if necessary, veterans issues and information. And also we have a nice online store where you can purchase Big Flim Radio and TV theme merchandise or merch. And make a special gift for your loved ones, your friends, your co-workers, an alien from Mars, stranger, and even a nice care package for a fellow deploying service member currently out there fighting out there to defend our country and our freedoms. So, by all means, please check out our website at www.bigflimradiotv.com. Again, that's www.bigflimradiotv, that's BIGRADIOTV.com. It's all one word. If you want to be a guest picker or pronouncer for this podcast show, as well as our Big Flim's Pigskin Picks College Football Edition, or you want to be a guest commentator for one of our talk shows, or you want to dedicate a song to somebody for our music shows, or if you want to leave us some criticisms or suggestions on how we can improve our podcast episodes and shows, or if you just want to gripe, or if somebody out there who needs somebody to talk to, Big Flim Radio and TV is here to listen and willing to talk to you if there's some personal issues that you're dealing with. So like I say, you're not alone. By all means, please contact us via email at bigflimradiotv@gmail.com. Again, that's bigflimradiotv@gmail.com. Also, we're on social media platforms as well. Like I said, if you want to send us a tweet, or they don't call it tweet anymore because it used to be Twitter, now it's called X. Send us a little note through the X app at Flim_radio. Again, that's at Flim, FLEM as in Mike, _radio, RADIO. Also, we have a Facebook group for Big Flim Radio and TV. And also, we have a YouTube channel also for Big Flim Radio and TV. I know we haven't recorded any videos that much. We have a few archival videos, especially about other things. And then we're getting ready to do a couple of podcast shows that will tie into our audio podcast shows, that is, on YouTube. Just look us up, Big Flim Radio and TV, or Big Flim Radio TV. I think it's 9011 or 0911 on YouTube. Like I said, by all means, please check it out. You won't be disappointed. And also pass it on to your friends, co-workers, your loved ones, and your neighbors, alien from Mars. Tell them to check out Big Flim Radio and TV. And also like and subscribe the YouTube channel as well. And give us a thumbs up. Give us a like. All right, now let's get back to our picks, shall we? Now, moving right along, our next pick, we have a key NFC East matchup where we have the 2-1 Washington Commanders. Of course, you heard that Daniel Snyder's no longer controlling interests of the franchise. They voted him out, and they got a new management team now running the show over there because of so much issues with sexual harassment and stuff like that with the NFL, and the owners voted to vote Dan Snyder out. But that's another story for another day. Getting back to football, they take on their key NFC East rivals, the undefeated 3-0 Eagles, the defending NFC champions. Like I said, Jalen Hurts is picking up where he left off at from the Super Bowl. And also, they boast their defense. They picked up a couple more Georgia players to help support former Georgia players, Jordan Davis and Nakobe Dean. So that defense should be solid, man, with all our former Georgia Bulldogs from the last two national championship teams. So right now, the Eagles have a minus 8.5 point favorite with the over and under of 43.5. And who am I to disagree with them? So we're going to go with the Eagles over the Commanders. All right. Our next pick, like I said, we had the battle of the winless teams. Somebody's going to get their first win of the season in this matchup, where we have the lowly 0-3 Vikings from Minnesota as they travel to Charlotte, the Queen City, North Carolina, to take on the woeful 0-3 Carolina pathetic Panthers. Like I said, with their first overall pick in the draft, Bryce Young from Alabama. Like I say, he's starting to get some growing pains, as a rookie quarterback in the NFL. Right now, Kirk Cousins is kind of struggling up there and stuff. And also, what's his name, Jefferson, the wide receiver. They're struggling there in Minnesota. Like I said, somebody has to win this game, their first win of the season. Right now, they got the Vikings at a minus 4.5 point favorite with the over and under 46.5. I would like to see Bryce Young get his first NFL win in his NFL career. So we're going to go with the Panthers over the Vikings for their first win of the season in a close one. All right, our next pick, we have an AFC matchup where we have the 2-1 Steelers. Like I said, they've been kind of struggling and stuff like that. Right now, they're trying to get a good, solid quarterback there. There's been 2 seasons since Ben Roethlisberger retired. And like I said, last year, they didn't make the playoffs last year. And it's been a struggle. So as they travel down to Houston, Texas, to take on the struggling 1-2 Houston Texans. Right now, they're trying to get their act together down there in Houston. After what's his name? What's his name? The former quarterback. He's currently the starting quarterback in Cleveland, Deshaun Watson, and his drama. So they finally got rid of him, got rid of his baggage and his troubles and everything, and try to focus on building that program there down in Houston. So right now they got the Steelers as a minus 3.5 point favorite with the over and under 42. So we're going to go with the Steelers over the Texans. All right, our next pick will be our key AFC West showdown, where we have the 1-2 Las Vegas Raiders. I was going to say LA Raiders. It used to be the LA Raiders. Anyway, so right now with their quarterback, Jimmy Garoppolo, he left San Francisco, the Giants. No, 49ers, sorry. The Giants is the baseball team. I guess it's been a hectic weekend for me. I'm missing things here. Like I say, I'm doing good, folks. Like I say, it's been a rough weekend for me. Finishing up college class. I got an A in it. Yay. It was a struggle. I almost failed that class, but thank God, to God be the glory, I got that taken care of. I can pass my next master's online class. I can start pursuing my next class this week. Now, getting back to the subject at hand with football. Right now, both teams are kind of struggling. Like I said, the Chargers had a shootout in the season opener against the Dolphins, and then they really struggled the last 2 weeks. And right now, a lot of folks are crying for the coach's head for coach to get fired there in LA. So right now, Josh McDaniels is also feeling some heat there in Las Vegas with the Raiders. They got rid of Derek Carr, and then he bring in Jimmy Garoppolo. Hopefully that Jimmy Garoppolo will give him some much-needed experience at quarterback to help Devontae Adams out there as well. Right now, they got the Chargers as a minus 5.5 point pick with an over and under of 48.5. So I'm going to lean towards the Chargers in a close one over the Raiders in a key AFC West matchup. All right, our next matchup, we have the struggling 1-2 New England Patriots. Who would have thought? Seemed like the good times they had with Tom Brady and those 6 Super Bowl wins. Seemed like, I guess, they've gone to that next phase now, moving post Tom Brady now, with Matt Jones under the helm. So that he traveled to Big D, Dallas, Texas, and AT&T Stadium, a.k.a. Jerry Dome, to take on the 2-1 Cowboys. Last week, the Cowboys stumbled a bit last week against the Arizona Cardinals. And like I said, they started off pretty good. Like I said, Ezekiel Elliott also got traded to the Patriots from the Cowboys. So this will be a fun reunion for Ezekiel Elliott to come back to the Cowboys, that the team that he played for several years. Right now, the Cowboys are minus 6.5 point favorites with an over and under of 43.5. So we're going to go with Dak Prescott to get things back on track with the Cowboys, a.k.a. the Cowpokes, over the lowly Patriots. All right, our next pick is a key NFC West matchup where we have the 1-2 Arizona Cardinals, who got that big win over the Cowboys last week, as they travel to Levi Stadium in San Jose to take on the undefeated 3-0 San Francisco 49ers with Brock Purdy under the helm. Last year, he was a rookie sensation for the 49ers. Took him to the playoffs and everything too. Almost took him to the NFC title game. I think they did, and I think they lost in the NFC title game. Brock Purdy, he really doing some things there with Kyle Shanahan and company. And Nick Bosa? I think is his name, for the 49ers. And also Christian McCaffrey, he's doing some things there, that wide receiver there. He's a wide receiver or tight end. I'll probably check that out. But anyway, they're doing some things there in San Francisco. Right now, the 49ers are a minus 14 point favorite with an over and under of 44. Who am I to disagree with the odds makers? So we're going to go with the 49ers winning easily over the Cardinals in the key NFC West matchup. All right, our next matchup, we have the 2-1 Chiefs as they take on the struggling 1-2 Jets. They're in MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Of course, you all know the offseason big news that Aaron Rodgers got signed by the Jets after leaving, spent 13 years or whatever it was with the Green Bay Packers, backing up Brett Favre for a couple of years, and then he took over and he won them a Super Bowl. And then, like I said, over the last 2 years, it's been a struggle, with management and some issues and whatever. And then they finally got rid of Aaron Rodgers, and now he got a new fresh start. And there was some high hopes for the Jets Nation, Jets, to hopefully get them back in the playoffs again. But that took a big hit on his hopes on the season opening game when Aaron Rodgers tore his Achilles tendon, and he's right now currently out for the season. But they're hoping that he might be back if the Jets make the playoffs. But right now, the way they're playing right now, I don't know if that's going to happen, folks. And like I said, Aaron Rodgers might have to wait till next season to finally get that organization back on track. And of course, the Chiefs, they lost their season opening game to the Detroit Lions, and that was an embarrassment for a defending Super Bowl champ. And then so far, they've been on a 2-game winning streak. Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and the guys there, and Andy Reid get that franchise back on track. And right now, they're a heavy favorite to repeat as Super Bowl champions, at least win the AFC this season. So we'll keep an eye on those guys. So, and of course, Zach Wilson, he started out good last year. He was 7-4 last year in his rookie season, starting out, and then he fell flat. The last 6 games they fell flat and missed out on the postseason opportunity. And then plus he got some criticisms also for his ball handling and everything like that. So yeah, right now we have the Chiefs at a minus 8.5 point favorite with the over and under of 41.5. And who am I to go against the odds makers? So we're going to go with the Chiefs over the Jets. Jets, Jets. That's a Sunday night game. And our last pick for this week will be a Monday night game where we got the 2-1 Seattle Seahawks traveling to MetLife Stadium to take on the struggling 1-2 New York Giants. Daniel Jones and company. Like I said, Seattle kind of had an up and down so far these last 3 games. Stuff like that. The Giants, like I said, they're really struggling. They got shut out. I think who was it? Who shut them out in the game? Their season opener, they got shut out literally by blowing out by 30 points, I believe. And like I said, Daniel Jones is really struggling there, and Saquon Barkley as well. So right now they got the Seahawks at a minus 1.5 point favorite with an over and under of 47.5. So we're going to go with the Seahawks in a close game over the Giants in the NFC. All right, folks, we're going to take another quick break, and we'll be right back with Big Flim's Pigskin Picks NFL Edition 2023 for week number 4, here on Big Flim Radio and TV.
Hi, I'm here today because I'm addicted.
Big Flim Radio and TV.
Get ready. You know.
Now that's an addiction, man.
Hey, folks, welcome back. Let's go ahead and wrap up this edition of Big Flim's Pigskin Picks NFL Edition 2023 for week number 4. Let's go over our picks, shall we? Like I said, this game has already been played and it's already been completed. I kind of went ahead with the Falcons, or we kind of went ahead with the Falcons, but unfortunately they lost. So I already got my first loss already for this week. And like I said, we picked the Dolphins or the Bills, and that's our pigskin pick of the week, or PPW. And then we have the Broncos over the Bears. The Bears to get their first win of the season. Somebody's gonna get their first win of the season, so we picked the Broncos. Excuse me. We picked the Ravens over the Browns. We picked the Bengals, hopefully not the Bungles, over the Titans. We picked the Rams over the Colts. We picked the Buccaneers over the Saints, the Aints. We picked the Eagles over the Commanders. We picked the Panthers to get their first win of the season over the Minnesota Vikings. We picked the Steelers over the Texans. And we got the Chargers over the Raiders. We have the Cowboys, a.k.a. the Cowpokes, over the Patriots. We picked the 49ers over the Cardinals. We picked the Kansas City Chiefs, the defending Super Bowl champion, over the Jets. And for our Sunday evening game, and then for our Monday night game, we picked the Seahawks over the Giants in a close one for Monday Night Football. All right, folks, that just about does it. And hopefully we get to come back and spend some more time with you next week for week number 5 of the NFL season. I can finally get this podcast back on track here. Like I said, I know I missed the first 3 weeks. Again, my apologies and stuff like that. So hopefully that we'll get back on track and everything like that. So, all right, folks. So tune in again next week for Big Flim's Pigskin Picks NFL Edition here on Big Flim Radio and TV. Also, please check out Big Flim Pigskin Picks College Football Edition for week number 6 of the college football season. And also, please check out all the other podcast channels under Big Flim Radio and TV website. And also, we're getting ready to add another web podcast channel. This one will be devoted towards new artists that try to make their name for themselves. I want to be able to showcase their talents and their music. So be on the lookout for that new podcast channel coming pretty soon. And again, like I said, check out our website, check out our online store. If you want to be a guest picker, prognosticator, a guest host, or if you want to leave a comment or suggestions on how we can better our podcast shows and episodes. If you want to make a radio dedication, by all means, please contact us at bigflimradiotv@gmail.com. Again, that's bigflimradiotv. That's one word, BIGFLEM as in Mike, RADIO TV at gmail.com. And also check us out on our social media platforms. On X, formerly known as Twitter, is at @Flim_radio. Again, that's Flim, FLEM as in Mike, _radio, RADIO. We also have a Facebook group page on the Big Flim Radio and TV, and also we have a YouTube channel on the Big Flim Radio TV. I think it's 9011 or 0911. Please check it out. Please like and subscribe and hit that like button. Something like that. So that way we can build our base audience. All right, folks. Tune in again next week. I say God bless. I'm signing off. And take care of yourselves here on Big Flim Radio and TV.
Big Flim's Pigskin Picks NFL and college football editions are a production of Black Rebel Productions in association with Flim Media, a division of LWF Enterprises, LLC. The opening theme music clips are the sole properties of CBS Sports College Football as well as Fox NFL Sports. This podcast is intended for entertainment purposes only.